Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda here of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Holotny Ferme. Between the east, we got CoH2 25-21 fighting here for the Soviet Union. And the 25th Guards Rifle Division versus in the west, we got Unknown Legend fighting for Germany, Deutschland. And the 3rd Panzer Division trying to break through here, back to German territories, having been cut off from the rest of the German army. We're looking at breakthroughs, spec ops, and scavenge versus data tactics, search shot army, and shock rifle with infantry bulletins all the way here. And we got a cool wagon out here using one of the new skins, part of the whole, humble bundle thing then, the 10th anniversary, supposedly based on some actual existing camo patterns. And maybe with this one, though, some of the others I'm a lot less sure on. But for some reason, this has been basically backed in with the realistic stuff. So, I'm less certain about that one, to be honest. But, I don't know. I thought the match over here still has a lot of interesting things to go on, which is why I'm casting it. We got conscripts there for CoH2 with engineers following, and more conscripts there arriving. In the west, we got points there being secured by Sturmpioniere and the Kugelwagen. Folks are heading towards the centre there, advancing for Germany. With the K98K in hand. The K standing for kurz or short. And it was basically a shorter version of the rifle, a bit more maneuverable to move about. 3rd conscript almost done there. We got barbed wire here, so we're trying to deny cover, but also easy access towards this little bit of the map here. Kugelwagen got the fuel point up north. Also known here, CoH2 is actually a bit slow than getting the fuel point and more occupied, so trying to control here, possibly trying to prevent him being rushed by the Oberkommanders players. Of course, some Oberkommanders players do like to rush in pretty aggressively. Kugelwagen needs to get a move on there. Looks like Unknown Legend might have made a bit of an unknown entity there and forgotten about it. A 2nd Sturmpioneer squad, now that is pretty rare for an Oberkommanders player. It's not because it's a bad choice, I think. It's just most players just prefer going for a lot of Volkskanonese, whereas Sturmpioneers do quite to be a bit more sort of cautious, whereas Volkskanonese do, due to their larger numbers, prevent you with a bit more of a safer choice. But double Sturmpioneers can provide you with a lot more firepower if utilised correctly. Can allow you to pressure your opponent a lot more. More barbed wire there. It feels like Unknown Legend is playing a bit more of a defensive match, the way he's sort of playing there with a lot of barbed wire being prepared here. Trying to sort of further compartmentalize the north here, make it harder for the Russians to hit to. 2nd Sturmpioneer squad there. We got tech up there for Unknown Legend with a truck on the way. Cuts out in the open, taking fire there from the Volkskanadiers. Kubanol's got the point there, he's laying down mines here as well. They should try and move the Sturmpioneers from the north, and then so we'll try and flank behind CoH2 there. Who's probably gone here for Soviet Shock Army. Slightly rare doctrine there, they've been slightly flanked here by the Sturmpioneers, so they could move, I think, a bit further down here around the cover, so to get a bit of chance of hitting them outside their cover. Folks, there's suffering slight losses. Kugelwagen moving from the north. Truck rallying there for Unknown Legend, and the 3rd Panzer Division, Kugelwagen firing in there, trying to hit them out of their cover as well. Getting some good hits there. Go one conscript retreating. Sturmpioneers, folks, just continue to fire away. Doing one conscript there left behind that would actually leave the centre open. At the same time, down the south, the CoH2 just continue to push onwards, securing territory quite nicely. And the Kugelwagen moving straight for the victory point. And there you go, Sturmpioneers engaging the conscript there, firing away, taking minor losses in the process. Bit risky there, but of course getting close enough, they should be able to overpower the conscripts, except of course they have to then begin reloading, in which case everything goes a bit sour. Additional Volkskanonese there for Unknown Legend. Might want to get the other Sturmpioneers doing a bit. There we go, pushing in from the north. Engineers to the flame for that's going to make it harder for him to move there. Of course, going to just swing through here. I do think you should try and push more through the south, sort of try and harass CoH2's fuel point there in return. Obviously, CoH2 should try and return the favour to Unknown Legend a bit more. We got Mortoz's anti-tank grenade, so he's gone for 3 conscripts, and he's already putting a lot of upgrades on them. He wants to be ready for anything from Unknown Legend. A bit rare to see Soviet player go for all of these things early on. In particular, Mortoz versus the Oberkommanders tends to be more of a second thought, not so much there because they don't have so many support weapons. Of course, it can still be used as just as night counter infantry, giving you more time to shoot at them rather than move to less incendiary position. Right there, though, conscript push back with Kugelwagen and the Volkskanadiers. Mines up here, Unknown Legend laying down a lot of mines, good to see there. Engineers heading northwards, no tech up yet there for CoH2. There goes Sturmpioneers versus conscripts, troops heading southwards, Volkskanadiers, Kugelwagen, Sturmpioniere, and we got a mechanized regiment going up there for Unknown Legend and the 3rd Panzer Division. We'll provide him with access to Luxus, Pumas and other bits, and straight to a mine there, Petrov, Sergei, blown to bits. I told Petrov, stay off the road, just walk next to it. But no, he had to walk on the road. idiot. Also, by the way, the cheese backs up to prevent the Russians from using cover. They'll at least make it a bit harder for them to utilize it. Sneaky and cheesy, but still more pressure in the south. They should definitely up the Kuvan here to hit the fuel point, because right now Ku is doing the same there. He's expecting to take advantage of Unknown again now, pushing hard to the south, but leaving then absolutely nothing to cover the north again. Always remember to keep something there to at least to slightly cover your fuel point if possible. I mean, it doesn't have to be right next to it, but, just protecting the path towards it. I mean, he's done really a lot yet, just following them towards this area and then leaves nothing there, which rather defeats the purpose. And he's not reacting at all, nor is he trying to push his opponent fuel point, at least that way, and ensure he doesn't get too far ahead there. Still no take up there for Ku, and Ku's actually got quite a bit of manpower there floating. Of course, he might be waiting to be able to call in heavy mortars and shock, in which case he really just wants to sort of pressure hard, go for a big sort of push in one go. Bit risky, also a bit expensive, but in theory, it could be quite feasible. Mechanized regiment up there, we got an MG34 out there for Unknown Legend, and the 3rd Panzer Division, the MG34, while more expensive and slower to produce than the MG42, will still end up being more produced off than the MG42, simply because they've been making it for a lot more years than the MG42. Kugelwagen down, Steel punishing southwards, sandbags up here, going for the cuff point instead, but I mean, he's also switching everything towards the centre north instead of just, slightly sending some northwards and applying more pressure in the south there. So, a bit of a tactical decision, I think, there by Unknown Legend. We got the Sturmpanzer moving ahead. There's a both Sturmpanzer squads here at the front, shifting away for the cuff point towards cover. Molotov off there from Ku there to night cover. Good work. He can soon there call in. He's also taking up their support with Companier. Sturmpanzer's Conscious Focus moving in, the low on health and numbers, need to be careful. There we go, another Molotov. In this case, the Molotov's definitely giving Ku's Conscious an edge over Unknown Legends troops in many cases, simply by being able to deny cover and force them out there, also doing a lot of damage, so good work there. Also noting up Panzerschreck, so Unknown Legend is clearly preparing as well there for enemy armor and vehicles, which might actually indicate he's aiming for the Lux first, because that way, if he's got then, say, Panzerschreck or 2, he's not going to be too caught off guard by, say, a T-70. We also got shock troops out here for Ku, the Sturmoviks, as they're called, I believe, moving ahead there with the submachine guns, body armor, satchels filled with grenades, and we got a field gun over there because Ku is certainly expecting armor from Unknown Legend. He's just a bit short on fuel there due to the Rashman there, not really, for example, able to return the favour there fast enough to Ku. Ku's quickly moving through the south, getting ready to push in the north again, single engineer squad once more being dispatched. Looks on the way there for Unknown Legend and the 3rd Panzer Division. Just reinforcing. 2nd Panzer on the way there, so he's definitely intending on using the Sturm Pioneers and sort of an anti-tank element, further sort of, I suppose you could call it going for a safer sort of Lux rush, but again ensuring he's got several Panzerschrecks plus a Kednerfer, that way providing him with incisive anti-tank opportunities there versus Ku. If he utilises them properly, that is. MG34 covering the centre. He could, try and use it a bit more actively to support his troops. For example, we got more troops there from Ku heading northwards, so of course the Lux should be able to respond to that soon. Smoke grenade off there, actually closing in on the Volksgrenades. Now that's really actually some advanced smoke tactics, because most players will just use them to avoid being suppressed by a machine gun. In this case, actually used to ensure the Volksgrenades couldn't even land a shot on the shock troopers, allowing to be more safe to close in there. Now that's definitely doing things by the book there. It's generally how you get good with things later on, so you can sort of do it less by the book, more by the field. But there you go. Looks out there in this case, engaging the shock troopers, catching a bit bad situation. The body armor does not help versus 20mm auto cannon rounds. Hell, they could barely cover against rifle rounds, so basically only versus 9mm parabellum rounds. I.e. stuff up close quarters where they were meant to fight anyways. We got a Haymortar out here for Ku 225, 21. Looks moving about there in its peculiar camouflage. Troops back here reinforcing. You're probably going for the battle group headquarters, right, healing for Sturmpani's Volksgrenadiers. Certainly looks like it. Particularly seeing how early he's gone for it. I mean, he's going to be quite far off there from a Schwer Panzer quarters. In the south, Fox is going straight there for the victory point there. Looks engaging and taking fire there from the field gun in the centre. The Cis-3 lands a devastating hit there, battering the crew of the Leichte Aufklärungspanzer. Going to pull back there for repairs. Sturm has been getting the south. We got submachine that's being handed out there to Ku's troops. And the fun thing about the Russian infantry as was the war progressed, they got increasingly heavily equipped with submachine guns to the point by 1944-45, half of all weapons in the Soviet rifle division were submachine guns. So basically a mix of half rifle, half submachine gun. So a little fun fact there. were sort of early in the war. They sort of had specialized company for submachine gun. Again, by late, it was pretty common for entire companies to be equipped with submachine guns, whereas then some would be sort of more rifle. Sandbags up there to protect the point there. Engineers bring up the flamethrowers. Points being taken to the south. Heavy mortar there flashing out the MG34 from the house at the 120mm, which, by the way, was extensively copied by both the Germans and the Allies, and basically just straight up copied and utilized against the Soviets. In fact, the impact was so great of just how much it sort of affected the Germans that they actually rotated out a light mortar and sort of shifted down what they initially called a heavy mortar, that was the 81mm, down to just a medium mortar, and then sort of just put them on in so many places. So, a little fun fact there, actually. Southwest consequences full Canadians. The Volksgrenadiers hit by taking up poor cover there, exposing themselves easily. They are doing some damage, but the problem is the Conscripts still, can do a lot of damage over the submachine guns, and they are overall in better condition with better health, and of course the Molotovs again gives them another advantage. That's a pretty risky sort of fight here for Unknown Legend in the south. They got grenadiers hauled off here. But again, easily just closes in, forcing them away. Up centre works here. Heavy fighting going in. Shock troopers pinned down to the ground. Luke's firing away. But field gun pushes it away there. Heavy mortar could... Oh, he's laying down a smoke screen. Good lord. Ku knows how to use smoke. Again, this is... Of course, in this case, mortars cover up, but still... He actually uses a mortar for that, which again indicates Ku might actually been training himself a bit to use smoke in a more tactical and sensible manner, in which case... 2 thumbs up from me. I mean, really, again, that's more what this game needs. Players actually make an effort to use smoke better. In this case, you also bring up a medium mortar to support the heavy mortar, possibly for more smoke, and of course, just more barrages. We can also see that it seems like Unknown Legend is getting slightly defensive, perhaps. He should definitely use his looks a bit more aggressive, but not, of course, head-on, but sort of more flanking, looking for weak spots, and hit with the looks, cut down as many rations, and then disengage, sort of hit-and-run tactics. Fuel upon the harassed again there by Ku, excellent play. He's overall doing what he can to, stop Unknown Legend from getting too much fuel on that way, being able to sort of rush ahead with armor, with panzers. Large force heading northwards there. Full Canadians, Luke's MG34 and the Sturmpionierer with the Panzerschreck. In the south there we got Sturmpanzers going for the fuel point there. Nice work. That should finally be able to return the effort. Though of course we got shock troopers and we still got the heavy mortar there ready in response. Note, by the way, the wheels are meant to be detached from the heavy mortar itself. I mean, they probably could have fired it, but probably would have had a few issues doing it like that. Sturmpanzers retreating. Centrewards there, Conscripts securing points there with their PPS-41s, which were supposed to be replaced with another submachine gun, the PPS-43, but they just had so many PPS-41s, it never really came about, while they still produced some. A bigger thing that happened in the whole submachine gun business is actually remove the drum magazine with a stick magazine, simply because the drum magazine had some bigger issues in terms of reliability, plus of course they're damn heavy, which tends to be a bad thing in a submachine gun. Points there being grabbed. Mine goes off in the field gun. We can really see that it feels like Unknown Legend is really defensive. He's not trying to attack or encircle his opponent. He's just sort of defending here and there, which is giving Ku here more freedom of movement. Sort of more ability just to choose when and where to attack. And certainly with double mortar supporting him, that's definitely bad news there for Unknown Legend and the 3rd Panzer Division. And he's got a looks, but you wouldn't think he had it the way that Ku is playing. He's playing again, pretty aggressively. He's not afraid of the looks here, and that's despite only having 1 field gun to start. But if that looks flanked, I mean, that field gun is dead, and Ku's forces are utterly exposed. But again, Unknown Legend seems slightly intimidated, actually. And again, he's got machine guns, artillery, Luxus, Sturmpioneers, Volksgrenadiers. Yet again, he is defensive. There you go, smoke grenade down there, allowing his troops again to close in. And that's definitely some good use of the smoke grenade there, which again, most players will never consider. Because they're being suppressed by the MG34 shots. In this case, they're slightly falling back. The looks they're proving to be a bit too much. Even the smoke count. Oh, he's smoking up then, the looks. Wow. Allowing his troops to get closer there and grenading for all of it. Holy moly, that's a lot of smoke that's just being laid down now. He might even have his heavy mortar lay down another smoke screen there. And that's just going to be confusing there for Unknown Legend. He's not going to have an idea what's going on there in the smoke, what's going to come through it then. Of course, he's just freely moving through it, occupying defensive positions, otherwise meant to be used for Unknown Legend's troops. And now he's calling up an assault gun here to help deal with the looks. Up north, mine goes off there, killing a few Volksgrenadiers. Truck on the way there for Unknown Legend. He's probably going to try and take out there. Not a bad idea. Though again, he needs to try and push CoH a lot more, because CoH right now, he's actually really weak at the front. He's got a Maxim, he's got a Mortis, but there's nothing else. But Unknown Legend is to occupy it with all the sort of attack that he's, again, seems to have gone on in the defensive mindset. And again, it's not trying to push the advantage of the Overcommand, it's just, being on the offensive. Oh, dear. Mine went off there, I think. Killed some Storm Pioneers. I said yesterday a mortar round. Hard to say that at times. That was bad news there. Troops healing, reinforcing, field gun constantly pushing forwards. CoH already lining up for the next wave, the next assault against the fascists. Over here we got the mechanized armor company going up. It's actually time here for the mid-game analysis. In terms of damage, they're close to each other. Unknown Legend does have a kill advantage over CoH, but it's not too big as it could have been, I would figure. In terms of army value, again, Unknown Legion's quite a far ahead. So again, it's sort of interesting that he's not, got sort of more dominant map control again with the looks. Resource float-wise, a bit more flowing in there for CoH, which is a bit more worrisome for him. That's not something she's doing. And points held again. Unknown Legend, despite everything, is actually behind now and sort of been slightly, some of the parts of the fight here behind CoH. So there's a bit going on there for Unknown Legend, and I think some room for improvement again. Overall, probably thinks he's just been intimidated. He's just unsure of himself and what the enemy has, and he's not trying to use his reconnaissance tank to reconnoiter the enemy to find weaknesses and then punish him again. He's trying to use it like a medium tank, which is not what the looks particularly excels at. It's more like flanker, find weak spots, hit them hard, allow the troops to push through and, stuff like that. Instead, he's trying to use it in the center rather than trying to hit here through the south. So there's a few sort of, I think, issues there in sort of how he utilizes looks, which is slightly holding him back. But he needs to get into pressure more. He needs to try and hit those mortars, get them running, then push forward to occupy the points here, mine this area, maybe lay down some Bartwine, some sandbags, but also try and hit the southern points there a bit more. Again, he needs to try and go on the offensive. He needs to try and deliver some punches there to CoH, and then move forwards for Deutschland. And I think, Schwerpanzer quarters then fill up with orbital and Windflut Sturmgewehrs, would think give him a bit more push there versus CoH. And then, some armor after that. And problem is he's going to be trailing a bit behind CoH there, who's actually got mechanized armor company up. Better map control in that sense, will be able to more smoothly, go for tanks. Whereas again, Unknown Legend's going to be a bit behind on that. And he does go for armor. I mean, Jagdpanzer, Panzerfort, Panther, all good. Though, if we are considering what he's actually playing against, and again, we got Shock Army, which means there's got to be no really super heavy armor. Panther could work out, though again, it's going to take a bit of time there, but the Panther might basically be able to dominate any armor there. For the most part, CoH bring up Force Grenade Shooter Fire there, which again would then free up some more room for the infantry. Just a thought anyways. Jagdpanzer could just be as well in Panzer Force certainly also, but part of me is thinking a Panther here might longer term be a, pretty sensible solution. As for CoH, well, again, if it's going to attack head on and use smoke, I got no complaints about that. That's how you do it. If you attack head on, smoke the bastard so they can't shoot you as you close in. He's actually doing that. If I could, I'd give the man a bloody medal. I mean, Christ, I've been shouting at so many people to do that, and he's actually doing it. I mean, I might as well just give him the Propagandacast award of the month, if not the year. He is doing what I say. Smoke before you attack. Say it with me. Smoke before you attack. Smoke before you attack. I mean, just great. I mean, already there, he's probably far ahead there of Unknown Legend, who's gone a bit on the defensive. He's going to bring up tanks into that equation. Again, he's probably going to have an even bigger advantage over to him. Again, he could just try and flank a bit more, launch a frontal assault, but then also have a flanking element to sort of further sow chaos and disruption in Unknown Legend, who's, again, already in the defensive. And if you've sort of mentally defensive, again, great shocks there can really further throw you off. So, that's actually, again, something that CoH could consider. But overall, I don't really have so much, to say about CoH except good job. 2 thumbs up again. If I had more thumbs, I'd have to go see a physician about it. But anyways, let's move on to the fight here. Let's return. MG-34 forcing up to cover the advancing Storm Pioneers. Not a half bad idea, but there we go. We got the assault underway here from CoH. Could try and smoke here the MG-34. Nothing from the mortars though. Constantly being pinned. There we go. We can actually see it. Heavy mortar smoking about there. Mortar landing on the Steel Pioneers. Takes a bit there to fire off the smoke round from the mortar. Oh, it's actually the medium. And 10 the armor piercing rounds. And there we go. Smokes out the MG34. You could have also just laid in the smoke screen before attacking in the first place. I mean, that would also have been pretty good. But still, he's actually occasionally doing it. And overall, just using smoke during an attack again now all of a sudden can advance further under cover of smoke. Brilliant. T-34-76 then again now got further troops taking advantage of the disruption caused by the smoke screen to further advance, taking up positions which Unknown Legend has, completely freely occupied, because otherwise he risks, being hit by a Molotov through the dark. That's definitely some top-notch play there. T-34 on the way there, and again we can just see, I mean, he's not even using the looks, he's not trying to seek out a flank, he's not trying to change the situation, he's just waiting for the attack to happen to shoot it down, and then maybe then attack. Or it looks like something's happening. You got Steel Pioneers with full gun support moving through the south. A few assault rifles on the full guns definitely help him out. Spare panzer quarters up, so orbital and mid-fetch jump gears would be a good choice there, I think, for Unknown Legend. In this case, use the Molotov to keep the German infantry bay preventing from closing in. Not a half-back choice there. There's some sandbags I think would have been quite helpful there. T-34-76 there up for coup. Round to support here the 25th Guard 5 Division. We got mines going up there. Demo charges. In this case, halted by the looks. Again, a bit late with the smoke there. If he's going to pop it. It's too late for that now.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
And there we go. Orbital Dart now for Unknown Legend.
Engineers are standing by.
More combat engineers there for coup. There go engaging, suppressing troops. Molotov off. Artillery flying all over the place. Mines to cover here. He's definitely being a bit mindful about that sort of northern bit there. In the south, conscripts they are doing what they can against the German attackers, but they are forced back there. And smokescreen again before closing in with the shock troopers. Good lord.
We now have access to additional battlefield options.
German Pioneers moving in there. Cutters moving up. And there we go, we could see Steel Pioneers got wiped. In this case, though, the only luck there for Unknown Legend is they didn't drop the Panzerschreck. Up north there, T-34 looks like it's going to try and blast through the bar. Why could even just run over it, to be honest. In the south there, looks finally, actually gets a bit more active. Finally there again, he's got the looks, he rushed through it, but he's just been so absolutely passive and inactive. You really have to wonder, why did Unknown Legend go for it? He's really been hurt so much by, not doing anything with it. All of a sudden here being engaged, we've got the infantry jump guys on the way for them. The T-34 though is laying down heavy fire, and he's got no immediate anti-tank. He's lost both his Steel Pioneers, by the way. He's only got one Raketner for now. He might be forced to go for the Jagdpanzer. He's using the looks a bit more actively though. Good, good. Finally, I would say. Finally. Endlich. Mortars falling back, field gun falling back, so he's actually beginning to do a bit more damage there. Perhaps Unknown Legend beginning to feel a bit more confident here against his Bolshevik opponent. Back at base, troops reinforcing. No healing going on since they've all been fixed up. We got more Steel Pioneers on the way there for Unknown Legend. We got more troops bearing northwards. Got the looks up there to help contain them, I believe. And he might here be forced to definitely, I think, go for the Jagdpanzer 4. In the meanwhile, crew police now go for another T-34-76. Just increase the armoured thumb screws on Unknown Legend here. And T-34 needs to fall back. Up north, engineers still got the point, and the MG-34 was sent running with only one man surviving. Back here, MG-34. Flare down. Second mortar ramming, T-34 sneaking northwards. Mines down the road. Orbital one hanging about there with the infantry jump geweers. With the Vampire infantry sight as known. And there go T-34 engages, misses though the opposite. Oh, just need to retreat there again. With that anti-tank, they are dead meat if they stay about there. Smoke screen again here from the shock troopers, allowing them to close in. Work. And we got smoke screens from the mortars as well again. Both firing their shock troopers pushing onwards. And in this case, laying around there just to cover up the advance, where it's expecting there to be a lot of enemies. Good work. And here as well. Of course, he could try and time it a bit better, but clearly in this case, it wasn't just reactive, it was actually planned ahead. Of course, it does take a bit there to go off. He got another smoke screen off. Just further pushing onwards here through the smoke. My God. So much smoke. You can soon go for the Yak Panther, but you might be forced to help deal there with the T-34. Orbison reinforcing, MG-34, light infantry gun moving back here in action. Again, there just feels to be like a deeply defensive mindset here from Unknown Legend. Not entirely sure what happened there. Now we got heavy artillery being set up to support CoH2. Just further building up a strong artillery arm there to beat Unknown Legend and the 3rd Panzer Division into submission. Now, he really needs to do something drastic here to turn things around. MG-34 opening up and then advancing conscripts losing northwards. Group attack on the victory point. Good job there, good job there. Modifying the MG-34. In this case, it's a bit slower than smoking. They probably didn't expect the MG-34 there. That's where reconnaissance comes in, maybe through flares. Grabbing a point there. Heavy howitzers are almost done. They're 152mm.
We are losing territory. T-34 ready for action.
AT gun ready.
Mortar continues to blast away. Light infantry gun there taking hits. Conscript pushed away.
200 points.
200 points left there for Unknown Legend. You really need to do something to turn things around here. Orbison being suppressed by the maximum up north there. Conscripts versus Fulskers and Looks opening up the conscripts, they advance in. Good job pushing them back.
Sector is at risk.
Further fighting in the centre. Heavy mortar just continue to fire away alongside the medium mortar. Might want to smoke around there before pushing in with the next wave release to save the shock troopers. There we go. Again, we got smoke there. We got the heavy howitzer also firing. Firing straight into the base here. Oh dear, the Orbison here could take a hit, get wide. Oh, nice. They need to get them away there. Get away, Unknown Legend. And smoke on the MG-34. Light infantry gun takes for a hit. Still needs to get away. He's not moving his troops. He's going for a Panzer IV, by the way. Might work, but at the same time, the magical question is if he might not be better off just going for the Panther by now, which would have a better chance of bouncing shots from the T-34 and the field gun. Might be able to pressure and threaten CoH2 there a bit more. It's not going to be that much farther off there, but oh well. More orbs done, I think, Lord People. Just T-34 against the Looks there. Looks need to pull back. Arcade effort not firing. It's pinned down. Other one suppressed. Heavy mortar fire ending up. Wiping out the MG-34. Looking increasingly grim here for Unknown Legend. Up north, a bit of shooting the MG-34. Pushing back the conscripts there. Engineers moving ahead. Panther IV almost done there for Unknown Legend. Orbs done pushing forwards.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
There we go. Sends them running. T-34 northwards, and we got air support called in there. The Sturmowicz are landing. The Red Army Air Force are going in there. And almost wipes the Orbital Darden squad. Up north, T-34 is broken through. Panzer IV needs to react to that quickly. And we got more artillery fire there on the German base, threatening to wipe out what few remaining units he has as they're just retreating right about now. Mechanized right there taking catastrophic hits there from the 152mm artillery. Almost got the Orbital Darden medics taking losses. Need to get in the way there on the other side of the headquarters. Wipe the Orbital Darden. Might even lose the Foxes and the MG-34. Panther IV with look support hanging northwards, but by now the T-34 has disengaged, leaving only behind the shock trooper squad. The T-34 is moving in. Interesting enough, CoH2 has not brought up more armour. T-34 lands here on the sidearm of the Panther IV, penetrating it with ease. Panther flies ahead and the Panther IV re-exposed, needs to turn about, but still got it down to half health. McKenna lands several excellent hits on the T-34, and now CoH is bringing up the H-5. There you go, field gun to the go, hits to cover the retreat of the T-34. And there you go, hits the Panther IV. Airstrafes there hitting on the house with a McKenna inside of it. Heavy flak fire from the base's flak emplacements. That's why they went for the 2cm flak, since by 1944-45, the flak feeling would have been the more common anti-aircraft gun and the lighter stuff. Of course, they still would have used the 2cm one, but I guess they didn't want to remind them too much of the Panzer Elite or something. Out of there, veterans who won already, by the way, 12 kills, keep bombarding the base, more steel pioneers for Unknown Legend. Looks pulling back here for repairs, except there's no one to repair it. Panther 4 alternate repairs, SU5 almost done, comes there as the Panther 4. And that's probably going to end up with a damaged engine. You got field repairs on the way there. The field pioneers, repair pioneers. Panther 4 there with a damaged engine. T-54 being repaired, SU5 almost done there for CoH2. Except he's actually got too much pop cap for it. Well, not enough population. Make room for it. Unknown Legend in a pretty sad state there. Desperately fighting to maintain, you know, frontline cohesion. CoH2 just breaks through it using smoke and, you know, force. Looks, by the way, Veteran 2 at this point with only 9 kills. I really think here that Unknown Legend might have clipped a bit there with his looks. Definitely not used as well as he could have. Going to work down the Panther 4. Continuing in there. He's not getting the fuel point, but that's pretty much the only thing CoH2 hasn't gotten at this point, by the way. Luke's heading southwards there. Continuing from the front. Another artillery barrage there from the howitzer. Against Unknown Legend's base. Looks they're caught up. T-54 joining in. Damage engine ahoy ahoy. And with that, the T-54 is going to have an easy time there. There's no way the Lux is not going to escape there unless some other Panther 4 gets down there, but he's clearly too preoccupied somehow trying to save the Lux. Remember that he's also got a Panther 4. T-54 disengages there until it just continues to rain down, threatening to wipe more of Unknown Legend's remaining precious units to just leave his base further in ruin and disrepair. You can actually see the engine.
We have taken the enemy down to 50 points.
Panther 4, they're going after the T-54 here, trying to Panther fast, but not quite succeeding. There we go. Otto gets it off. Yeah, he actually did some damage to the Russians for once. Huzzah! Another miss there. Panther 4 failed to penetrate. Folks, they're getting wiped on the retreat by the Sturmovik. They're certainly making good use, I think, of the doctrine. Now, he's actually used every bit of the doctrine there, which is usually another, I think, positive sign there. Almost got it. But at the same time, he's clearly not too keen on getting too close there to the T-34, allowing in this case to get away. Aircraft shot down, finally giving a bit of relief there to the German army. By this point, it's too late. He's bleeding out victory points pretty fast. And his mechanized regiment is almost destroyed there. His command headquarters certainly not have seen better days. And with that, GG, game over. Loss here for Unknown Legend, a victory for CoH2 and the Soviet army. Good use of smoke, though again I do think he could have tried slightly planning a bit further ahead with it. I could think there could be some room of improvement there for him. But otherwise, you know, good use of smoke attacks. Could flank a bit more, I suppose, as well. But you know, really played quite well and again took advantage of Unknown Legend again. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure why. Completely went on the defensive, completely handing over initiative to CoH2 and never truly regaining it. I mean, again, he went for the looks, but he didn't use it very aggressively. Used it very passively, defensively. Never tried to launch any big flanks. Never tried to dislodge CoH2 in any way. And I think that really gave CoH2 a lot of advantage. So to the extent it also just is, you know, Unknown Legend could have done better. And a part of me also thinks he should try and aim for the Panther. That might also cause him to be a bit more aggressive with it rather than the Panther 4, because again the Panther is, you know, more proof against T-34s and the likes there. Could probably, you know, be able to deal with them a bit better. Maybe not. There's definitely some room there for Unknown. Again, in this case, it's just mostly because he just fell on the defensive so quickly for no real reason, I think. But again, though, also, CoH2, though, really make good use of smoke, though, I think also sabotage, because, again, on the defensive mindset, again, he's going to try and bleed his opponent before trying to attack. In this case, though, just constantly smoking Unknown Legend, you know, before he attacks or doing the attacks, pretty much prevents Unknown Legend from really doing a lot of damage during these situations. So, again, rather than, you know, trying to just pull back and then launch a counterattack once the smoke had lifted, for example, he just, you know, kept falling back then sometime after you're grabbing back while he's trying to. So, that's, again, good play by Cool, less good play there for Unknown Legend. Again, both players could improve, but I think in this case for Unknown Legend, the improvement largely is mindset, whereas for Ku again, I think timing there could be a bit worked on. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. In particular, again, if you want to improve with smoke, I do think this one has a lot to offer there. And if you didn't, subscribe, like, share, and comment on it. This is Imperial Dane signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.